Happy hips. Let's go. We are going to get deep into our hips today. So, whether you're just looking for more mobility in your hips to feel better and more freedom in your day today, or you're looking to achieve something like your splits, this class is going to help get you there. I'm Kate, I'm your teacher for today. Let's get started. So before we move into our first hip opening posture on our mat, grab something like a pillow, a blanket, some blocks, a bolster, something soft, because towards the end of class, we're going to be holding a posture where you might want to feel a little bit comfortable in it. That way we can sink deeper into it. Let's go ahead and get started. Our first position is going to be butterfly pose. So knowing that this is the first position of class, the first asana that we're moving into, it doesn't need to be our deepest one. We're going to arrive on our mat here. So bring the bottom of the feet together, both sit bones firmly on the floor. Inhale to a really long spine. Keep the face gentle. Maybe you close down the eyes. Relax the shoulders down the back. Softly grab each ankle with each hand. And keeping that really long spine, on your next exhale, lean your chest forward. You're going to feel a deep opening in your inner thighs, your IT band, the side, the outside of your legs. And we're just going to relax here and arrive on our mat. So what does it mean to arrive on our mat? That means to release any previous items that you were doing. Release any expectations of how this class might go. Anything you have to do after it. Just start to settle your attention on your breath. The rising and falling of the chest, even in this folded position. And notice how when you bring your attention to your breath naturally starts to get longer and deepen. Let's do a little bit more intentionally now. So big inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Seal the lips and exhale through the nose. Again. Keep going as I tell you a little bit more about this class and how we're going to move through it. So even now with your deep breaths, bring in this essence, the spirit of total relaxation in your body. So relax your hips, relax your knees, your ankles, your forehead, your shoulders. Let your body be heavy, supported by the earth, safe and secure in this posture. And when you allow your body to be limp and relaxed like this, it will open up for you so much better. The deep breathing will allow you to calm your nervous system, which will relax your parasympathetic. And you'll be able to really find more depth in here than you wouldn't be able to find if you didn't hold these postures as long or bring in techniques like the breath and a relaxed posture. We're also going to mix in a little bit of strength because with flexibility of the hips, you also need to stabilize that with strength of the hips. And we'll front load that towards the beginning of class. That way we can bring the blood flow to the hips and then use that warmed up sensation to get deep. So one more breath here. And let it go. Nice. Really slowly come all the way up. We'll take a nice twist, sometimes with forward folds, and it's nice to twist out the spine afterwards. So bring your feet into an easy seat. Twist to the right. And twist to the left. Beautiful. Come to an all fours position. So hands under shoulders, pointer fingers pointed forward, and knees under hips. So we're going to take our left leg and reach up towards the sky, bent at a 90-degree angle. Hold it here. Press the mat away with your palms. Square off your hips. This has a tendency to open up through the left hip here, so square off your hips. And this is where we're going to bring in some of that work. You probably already feel it, but we're going to bring in some heat to warm up the muscles in our hips, and then we're going to stretch it out. So we're just going to do donkey kicks. So bring your knee down, hover it off the mat, then with control, kick it up. And let's match it to our breath. So on your inhale, come down. Exhale, go up. Inhale, down. Exhale, up. Inhale. Exhale, up. Down. Up. Down. Up. So we're quickening our breath here, bringing a little bit of blood flow, warming it up. Down. Up. Down. Up. Square off the hips. Down. Up. Down. Squeeze it at the top. Down. Up. Down. Up. Hold it up. Hold it up as high as you can. Square off the hips again. And then pulse up. Kick up a little bit higher. 2 inches for up. 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 Pulse. 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 Beautiful. Come right into a hydrant, so your bent knee right out on the side. Then straighten your leg. Point your foot, and we're going to take taps out to the side. So tap the floor, then come back up parallel to the floor. Tap, 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 tap. 5, 4, core on, 2, 1. Hold it up. Flex the foot, then place the foot down on the ground. Nice. We're going to take some cat-cows here with the leg extended. It's going to be a different sensation. So inhale, gaze towards the sky, drip the ribs towards the mat, hip bones rise. Exhale, round chin to chest, round through each vertebrae. Inhale, look up, hip bones rise. Exhale, round. Inhale, look up. Shine the chest through the gateway of the arms. Exhale, chin to chest, round. 2 more. Beautiful. Come to a neutral spine. Pick up the left leg. We're going to bend it and bring it between our arms and our legs. So bring your left leg over to your right side. And we're going to do a little curtsy squat. So bring your left leg, wrap it over on top of your right leg, and sit down into a little almost curtsy child's pose for 3 breaths. Big sensation in the glutes. IT band. Again, relax here. Beautiful. Inhale, come back up to tabletop position. Reset into all fours, and we'll bring our right leg up this time. 90-degree angle, toe pointing right at the sky. Try to get your your right thigh parallel with the floor. Press the mat away with your hands, knit the core on. And bring your knee down, but hover it off the mat. Then up, down, up, down, up. And each time, go as high as you can possibly go. Down, up, down, up. Really firing up the glutes. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. With control, nice and slow. No kicking or swinging. Make it controlled. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, and hold. Hold at its highest point. Re-square off the hips. Engage the core. It's warm. It's fine. Now pulse up, pulse, pulse. Little movements here, but pulse it up. Squeeze the glutes. Pulse, 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 pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Bring it right onto the side. Fire hydrant. So your right leg is out to the side. Knee is bent. Extend it. Point the toe and tap down. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up. Flex the foot and plant the foot down. That is the extension. That's the full of the heat of this class. We'll take cat-cows with this extended right leg, getting into our glutes and our hips more. So inhale, look up, tummy drops, hip bones rise. Exhale, chin to chest, round. Press the top of your spine towards the front of the room. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round. Inhale, look up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more on your own. And come to neutral. Bring your right leg in between your arms and your left leg, taking that same curtsy on this side. So crossing your right leg over your left leg and sitting down onto your heels. Coming into this curtsy child's pose. Extend the arms forward. Relax the head. This feels really good after those strengthening exercises that we just did. So feel free to come back to this posture after class or pause the class here. Inhale to an all fours position. Come back and do a tabletop. Tuck the toes and send the hips back, then up, straightening through the legs into your downward dog. Beautiful. Now pedal it out. Make this feel good in your body. Stretch through the back of the legs, stretch through the small of the back, your shoulders. The hips are connected to all of these areas, so the more that you can open up, the more they're going to open up for you as well. Now inhale your left leg up. And exhale, step it through. Big low lunge. Keep the back toe tucked. And find a rocking motion here. So we're really getting into our right psoas, and I'll talk more about that in a moment. And feel free in your rocking to also bring your knee over your ankle, meaning forward over your ankle. You've probably heard in yoga classes before to keep them stacked. And while that is traditional, correct alignment, it's helpful for your ankle mobility and even your calf flexibility to go over your ankle. And as long as you don't feel any pain or tension here, it's just fine. In this low lunge position, inhale your left arm up at an angle pointed towards the corner of the room. Then press into both feet, engage the core. Inhale the right arm at an angle. Exhale, both hands meet the mat. Back knee touches down. Untuck the back toe and drive your hips forward as the top of your body comes straight up. So low lunge, Anjaneyasana. And what we're really looking for here is the sensation in the front right of our hip. We sit a lot. We walk upstairs, we run, and that gets our hips in flexion. Like our left hip is in flexion right now. It shortens our psoas muscle, which makes our hips feel tight. Our psoas muscle goes from our T12, our thoracic 12 vertebrae, right in the middle of the back. It connects to lumbar 1, 2, 3, and 4, the 4 lumbar vertebrae, or 4 of the lumbar vertebrae. The psoas passes in front of the pelvis and connects to the opposite leg's inner thigh. So when you're doing hip extensions like this with your right leg, you can feel that stretch of your psoas, and it's so good because we're not normally naturally in this position. So the more time you can spend in a position like this, the better. Go ahead and plant your hands on the floor. Let's take a reverse stretch, just where you move your hips back in space, straighten through your front leg, dorsal flex your foot back at your face. Half splits for 2 breaths. Tuck the back toe, straighten through both legs, pyramid. You might want to shorten your stance and bring your back foot up a few clicks. You can always have a bend in your front leg if that feels a little bit better. For 3, hold this, be relaxed. For 2, releasing the face, melting in. For 1, plant the right hand on the outside of or the inside of your left foot. And inhale your left arm up, revolved pyramid, different sensation here. Maybe you bend through your front knee just a little bit. If this is a lot on your wrist, on your right hand, you can come to fingertips. Beautiful. Plant your left hand on the inside of your left leg, heel toe your left foot off to the side of the mat, lizard pose. So finding some buoyancy, some playfulness here. Keeping your back toe tucked, you can move forward and back, you can come out and come deep. Find what feels good in this posture for you, but try to keep your knee tracking in line over your toes so it's not splayed off too much to the side because it's a different sensation, and right now we're trying to go for this one. Few more breaths here. Beautiful. Turn the toes of your left foot out. They might be off the mat. That's totally okay. And then step your right foot up to the side of the mat as well. Coming into yogi squat, malasana. So sides might feel different here because we've worked the left side, not the right side yet, but we'll get there. But take a moment in your yogi squat. Find a tall spine. Maybe you use your elbows to push your knees open with your hands in prayer pose. Keep a soft face here. And plant both hands or fingertips on the ground. Raise your hips up towards the sky for a forward fold. And then sit them back down into malasana. We'll do that 2 more times, nice and slow. Bring your hips up, forward fold. And sit them back down. Bring your hips up, forward fold. And sit them back down. This one's a little bit different. Bring your hips up, forward fold. Click your toes towards your hands, so a more traditional forward fold stance. Maybe you grab your big toes or your ankle and lovingly pull it in. You can also sway side to side here. And you'll have a chance to revisit that. So check in with where you are now. And we'll revisit it in a little bit. Plant your hands, step back to downward dog. Beautiful. Pedal out your downward dog if that suits you. Maybe stillness is what you need right now. Totally fine. And on your next inhale, inhale your right leg up towards the sky. And exhale, step it to the top of your mat, finding this low lunge, but your back knee is off the mat. Finding some buoyancy, so maybe you float forward and back, side to side. Inhale your right arm up at a diagonal, so it's pointed towards the corner of the room. Then the left arm up, pushing into both feet, engaging the core. Powerful for 3, for 2, for 1. Both hands meet the mat. The back knee touches down. And inhale your body upright, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. And then sink your hips forward instead of down. Bring all of your awareness to this front hip, the left hip. This is that extension we're talking about, where we're stretching out our psoas. And it's great because we sit a lot, and this reverses all that sitting that we do. Deep breaths here. Try to be as relaxed as possible while feeling that sensation in your left hip. And we'll reverse it, so bring both hands to the mat. Send the hips back in space, straighten through the front leg, and dorsiflex your foot back at your face, that right foot that is. And we'll take 2 big breaths here. Beautiful. Tuck the back toes, straighten the back leg, pyramid pose. Both legs are straight. You might need to shorten your stance to make it a little bit more accessible, and that is totally fine. So we're folding over our right leg. You can always have a micro bend. See if you can relax into this. Relax your neck, relax your forehead. Plant your left hand right on the inside of your right foot. And inhale your right arm up. Twisting for revolved pyramid. Different sensation. Big IT band stretch on the right. Exhale your right hand to the inside of your right foot. Heel toe your right foot off to the side of the mat. You might need to step your left foot back and come into lizard pose. So back knee is floating, but we're getting deeper into the ball and socket of our right hip. Try to keep your knee tracking right over your right big toes. And again, finding long, slow breaths. Finding ease. Beautiful. Step your left foot up to the left side of your mat, heels on the mat, toes off, perhaps, or maybe you have both entire feet on. That's good ankle mobility if you can do that. We'll come into yogi squat, malasana. Long spine, prayer hands right at your chest. Use your elbows to press your knee apart. Now's your opportunity to find a little bit more depth. Maybe you bring your left hand out to the side, plant your left hand, and reach your right arm up for a malasana twist. And bring it on back to center. Take one full breath here to reset. And then switch it on out. Your right hand comes out, anchors down. Left arm reaches up. Beautiful. A reset right into the center. Plant both hands or fingertips. Keep the feet as they are and raise the hips up to the sky. Pull it into a forward fold. Sit your hips back down, malasana. Plant the hands. Raise the hips, straighten the legs, forward fold. Bend the legs, sit down, malasana. Straighten the legs, forward fold. Bend the legs, malasana. Last time is a little bit different. Straighten the legs. Click the toes up towards your hands, so a traditional forward fold, and pedal it out here. And slowly, slowly, slowly come through your squat until your booty is all the way on the mat. You're going to grab that blanket, that pillow, the block, the bolster, whatever you have. Now is your chance to use it. We're going to move into frog pose. So to set up for frog, we're going to turn our orientation towards the long edge of the mat. Come into tabletop position, and we're going to walk our knees out wide. And from here, I want you to flex your feet. That's going to protect your knees. Bring your ankles out further than your knees. Doesn't need to be a lot, just a little. And shimmy your knees down and down until you can comfortably come on to either your forearms or whatever object that you have that's going to make this comfortable, because we're going to stay here for 3 minutes. I want you to press your hips back in space so that your hips are in line with your knees on the same plane. So make yourself comfortable here. Any adjustments that you need to make. And then find comfort, sink in. And remember what I told you at the beginning of class, which is to allow your attention to rest on your breath, so that your body can calm down. Relax your entire body. Release the tension, any clenching in your hips. Just breathe. With each exhale, see if you can melt in a little more. Relax a little more. We're already halfway done. You're doing great. If thoughts keep popping up, or you are having feelings, intense feelings come up, see if you can breathe deeper, inhale fuller, and exhale slower. Amazing. Start to press into your hands. Come out of this so sweetly and slowly. Walk your knees with many steps back together. And we're going to come straight onto our back right away. Bring your right knee into your chest. Your left knee into your chest. Breathe your knees into a circle. Any direction is fine. And go the other way. Beautiful. Now you can stay here with your knees in your chest. You can extend your legs, extend your arms, and relax into Shavasana. But wherever you are and wherever you end up, I hope your hips feel amazing. Come back to this class anytime you need a little bit more freedom in your hips. And if you want the same freedom in your upper body that we just created in our lower body, make sure that you check out the next class. I'll see you on your mat soon.